Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Heat Vision Podcast. Today I got myself, Hector. I got Javi. I got Mario. And we're going to be reviewing the last episode of Moon Knight. And listen, I know it's been how long?
It's been a while. This show's been over for about a month.
It's been like a month.
Yeah. It's been a long time, and we apologize for that. If you guys want to know the reason, just check out the video before this one. It explains everything. But yeah, without further ado, man, let's get to it, man. Mario and I, we kind of forgot.
We have some ideas, but Javi remembers it.
We kind of forgot, but
so he's gonna kind of do a walkthrough. Usually when Hector does it, but like,
right now,
forgot everything.
Javi's gonna run.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the last episode of Moon Knight. I really liked it, man. I liked this episode a lot, but a lot of people, I mean, granted, I had a few complaints, just a few, but overall, I thought the episode was pretty good. So,
can you give it can you speak about like the beginning real quick so I could just refresh my memory
of the episode?
Yeah.
So the episode, from what I remember, roughly starts with Mark. The way that we left off the last episode is Steven fell off the ship and fell into the sands and he died. And so that was what caused the scales of their hearts to balance, and he was able to reach paradise, where he is now able to die in peace, like in this version of heaven. So this episode starts off with Mark rejecting his paradise and saying that he had to go back to the sands to go save Steven.
Yeah.
And then that's when he goes back and he tries to bring him back, and he can't, and he gives his this little speech about how he needs him and how they need each other and blah blah blah. And the sand starts to consume Mark, and as soon as we think that he died, they both get unfrozen, and then they both are now alive, and then Mark and Steven are back.
Right. But don't they eventually separate?
Huh?
Don't they eventually separate or no?
No, they stay together through the rest of the show.
I think I might be talking about the last one. And then there we see we get a quick rundown of his origin or something?
That's from the
that was the last episode. I'm pretty sure, yeah. No, they reunite, and I think they go through this big ass door, right?
They go back and they come back to the real world.
Yeah, there we go.
And then they're in that water where they got shot in that tomb, Alexander the Great's tomb.
Oh yeah.
And then they get brought back to life, and then they stand up, and they get out the water, and then you hear the music playing in the background. And then he summons the Moon Knight suit, and they're oh shit! It was like Spider-Man 2, where the newspaper goes, he's back, and he flies through. So it was something like that. And then he leaves the tomb, and he sees Khonshu. Oh well, Khonshu, I forgot to mention, he was in Egypt with Layla.
Okay.
And
wasn't he locked
because
up?
Harrow was summoning what's that fucking name? It's been a while.
Do you remember, Mario?
The name of the fucking alligator shit. That goddess that he was trying to summon.
I forgot
from the beginning.
I'll be honest. All right, hey, y'all listening, y'all know what it is.
Yeah,
it's an alligator.
They were trying to summon her.
But was Khonshu still locked up in a statue?
No. Layla freed her. Or freed him, sorry.
Right.
He freed him by smashing the statue, and he comes back and he's like, I don't sense Mark Spector in this world.
Oh, yeah,
And he looks at Layla and he's like, would you like to be my... And she's like, no.
In that moment, throughout the other episodes, remember I would mention, bro, what if Layla becomes a new female Moon Knight? Do you remember that? When I would say that? And when I was watching this, I'm like, no way. I was telling her, is this... Because I think I saw it with you. Yeah, I did.
I don't remember. We saw it separately. No.
Because remember, don't you remember most of the episodes on Saturdays? You would come over and I'd be like, "Oh, I haven't seen it yet," and we would watch it.
I didn't watch the last episode with you.
Maybe his first time was alone, but his first time watching the episode was in his house. But he watched it with you.
Well, that's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about when he first saw it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm talking about when I first saw it. I'm pretty sure Javi was with me.
I mean, I don't know.
It's been a long time.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, for real. Fuck Javi. But
IG.
But
yeah. So
No, but yeah, so I was like, oh my gosh, like, is this it, right? It's like, this will be cool. I would like to see some female, like, Moon Knight and whatnot. And then, obviously, you know, we get teased and, you know, she says, hell no.
Yep,
gets upset and whatnot.
And then the moment that Mark / Steven, when they come back to life, Khonshu, like, senses them.
Yeah.
And then he disappears. He teleports to where they're at. And they meet each other. And basically, they meet up with Khonshu. Mm-hmm. And they have a little chat. And it's funny because Mark and Steven are switching back and forth between Moon Knight and Mr. Knight. And Khonshu's like getting annoyed. And he's like, Stephen Grant, I was not talking to you. But what I thought was cool was they were like, oh yeah, like we're now like one. Like we're now working hand in hand. It's no longer you get to talk to one or the other. We're going to do this together now. Like we are now like going to work together type shit. So.
And then Layla got another avatar from
the hippo goddess.
From that was
her.
Pretty cool.
And so
I forgot her name.
I did too. It was
I forgot her name.
Tawaret.
Oh, was it?
Tawaret.
Okay. I thought that was fucking cool. She busts out the fucking wings and stuff.
Yeah, so she is the Scarlet Scarab.
Yeah.
That is her superhero name. And she becomes... And it's cool because this is technically the first Egyptian superhero that we saw like on a like the live action shit.
Oh yeah.
And so it's cool that you know that now Egypt has their own like little superhero and stuff.
Yep.
So
I think that's pretty cool. Then it led to them and like I do remember there was like some street fight going on with Layla with their new powers, and then Moon Knight. And then who were they fighting against? They were fighting against Harrow.
Yeah, like his people.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All the people that were like worshiping the cult.
I thought that was cool action right there. I thought that was fun.
Oh yeah, it's the most action we've seen in the show so far.
Yup.
And so
which I hate, but okay.
It's not that big a deal.
And yes, it is, bitch.
Not for me. It was.
That's the most action we've seen. It's the last episode. That's crazy. And then these fucking dudes Mighty Morph into these huge ass
Mighty Morph.
These huge ass fucking creatures and shit. Like Khonshu starts fighting with that other alligator, I think. Mm-hmm. They're like big as hell.
It was like a fucking Godzilla fight.
They're fighting like between the Great Pyramids.
Galactus type shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Moon Knight, Galactic Wars, or some bullshit. I don't know. And so they out there fighting like Power Rangers, right? With their robot suits. No, there's no robot suits. But you know what I mean. I thought that was pretty cool. Meanwhile, Moon Knight and everyone else, they were fighting
on the ground.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, and throughout the fight, Moon Knight was switching back and forth to Mr. Knight, and they were just kind of flipping back and forth. And it's cool because every time that they would talk to each other, they no longer have to look in a mirror or in a reflection.
Oh yeah.
They would just like you would see the suit switch out. And that's how they would talk and shit. I thought that was pretty cool. And basically,
and how did it end off? I forgot.
So it ends with so Moon Knight gets his ass beat. He gets his ass whooped by Harrow. Yeah, he beats the shit out of him, and he has him on the ground. And he puts the staff on.
Oh yes. And
it's like I don't know if like taking out his soul or some shit.
Yeah, like consuming him or something.
Yeah. And then it just goes like it does the, and then like
and
it skips, and then Mark snaps out of it, and all of a sudden he has Harrow with the axe to his head ready to kill him.
Oh yeah, that was fucking
And then he
raw.
looks everywhere, and all of the henchmen are all fucked up and killed and bloodied up. And the whole time Layla was like stuck against a van.
Yeah.
And she breaks free and she's like, Mark, where the fuck did that come from? Like, where did that shit came from? And then Mark's like, Steven, that wasn't you, right? And then Steven, and he's like, nah, not a chance, mate.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit. Like, you knew that was Jake, bro.
Right.
It sucks because that's one of my complaints with the episode is I wish I would have seen
more
the fight that took place.
No,
you see the thing where like you see like he just blacks out. Turns to Jake, and then he snaps out of it, and you just see the aftermath.
I think the first couple times they did that was raw. Like, the first episode.
Well, sure.
Like, yo, that's raw, but I know what you mean. Like, they kept doing it, and, like, they did for the last episode. Like, all right, man. Like,
I would have liked to have seen...
Yeah, right.
Like, the fight actually happen and stuff.
Because, like I said, we don't know if there's going to be another season.
It's not confirmed yet.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know. And so, after that happened... how does it lead into? I do remember like
so Khonshu was able to defeat the goddess, the alligator chick, and so she did what?
No, nothing.
Oh, so then, fucking,
This man, yo, Mario's rewatching Moon Knight right now as we speak, bro. The last episode.
I'm trying to remember.
This man, that's why he's not saying shit. I'm like, yo, why is he? I'm like, what is he doing? Why is he not saying shit? He's literally watching it right now. Mario, don't you hear us?
Yeah, I know. I hear you. That's why I said when he did the flashback shit, that's one of my complaints too, bro. They fucking teased the entire time. We never got to see it.
Okay, but go on.
By the way, look at that. That ain't no taxi, bitch.
No, that's not what I meant. No, that's not what I meant by taxi. I meant like Jake Lockley. He's a taxi driver in the comic book.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Mm-hmm. But okay, go on, Javi.
Yeah,
he's
so
gonna lead it to us.
They basically defeat the goddess.
I do remember that. Yeah.
And and the goddess, they pull a Stranger Things. Remember when the mind flayer went inside Will in season 2? And like he was like possessed, it was like Exorcist type shit.
Okay.
So the goddess got inside of Harrow.
Oh,
and then Khonshu goes, and then Mark's about to like kill him, and Khonshu's like, "Do it, like kill him, right? Because killing him will kill." I forgot the goddess's name. That evil chick,
that alligator.
And then Layla's like, "No, like you're not a killer. You don't have to do it." Blah blah blah. And then Khonshu says something about how it's his destiny and he has to, and it's the only way we can do it. And then Moon Knight's like, "You're starting to sound like Harrow," and he throws like what would you call that? Like the thing that he was gonna stab Harrow with was the chest symbol, the moon. Chest
it's like his moon crescent, like
the crescent knife thing that from his chest.
His moonerang.
Moonerang.
Well, it's his version of a batarang.
Yeah, bro. Dead ass. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But he throws it, and he's like, "I'm not gonna kill him, right?" So instead,
which that's raw though.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. And then he basically tells Khonshu like, I did what you asked. We defeated Harrow, so now I'm free.
Oh yeah.
So I'm no longer your like prisoner, your avatar. Mm-hmm. And Khonshu grants him his freedom.
Yep.
And then from there, it goes back. We go back to like the hospital, and then
where Harrow is.
Yeah, and then he's like talking to Harrow, the therapist, and then he basically just says like, "Oh, like I know this is all fake. I'm gonna reject this, blah blah blah."
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Well, you're out here playing a therapist. We're gonna go save the world." And they fall backwards, like on their back, and then that's when they wake up in bed, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Like, "Oh, I guess we're back." And then he gets out the bed and he walks and he trips because his fucking foot's handcuffed to the bed.
I'm so surprised how much you remember.
And then roll credits.
That's what I'm saying.
And then roll credits. That's how it ends.
No, you didn't. We didn't talk about.
And then there's an end credit scene.
Oh, okay, so right, that's how it ended. Then we'll talk about. I think that's from the ending. I think that's the only thing I remembered from the end credit.
The end credit scene.
Roll through that real quick.
What the end
credit, bro?
So we're back in the hospital and we're like, what the fuck? So we're because if you remember, in episode 5, this mental hospital wasn't really real.
Right.
It was just Steven and Mark in the afterlife. That's how they were separate bodies and shit. So they were in the afterlife is basically what was going on, and we're back here in the mental hospital, but now this time Harrow is a patient, and I'm not talking therapist Harrow, who Steven and Mark would talk to when his hair was short, he was wearing glasses. It's actually Harrow, the villain that Mark defeated, and then some stranger that you don't see his face. Comes and escorts him out of the mental hospital, and as they're walking away, the camera pans over to like the front desk receptionist people, and they were all killed. They're just dead, bloodied up. And then the person who's rolling Harrow to the car helps him get in back of the car, and then you see Khonshu in the back seat of this limo,
acting like a pimp
with Harrow. It's actually from the comics. I saw that they took the design where he's not super tall.
No,
he's average person height, and he's wearing a really nice white suit, but it just has the Khonshu head.
Right.
And I thought it was look really cool. And he basically, I forgot roughly what he says.
Yeah, I forgot what he said.
But he said something about like, Mark and Steven believed that their minds were corrupted from the beginning.
Oh yeah, like they thought that I corrupted them or something like that.
Yeah, and it's like they think that I was the one playing the strings when they don't really know how broken they are.
Yeah.
And Harold's like, what does that mean? And that's when he goes, and he knocks on the window.
Of the limo.
Meet my friend, Jake Lockley.
His voice. You see his voice impressions? Yo, all of his voice impressions were accurate as shit.
And then we finally this was cool. It was hype for me.
Okay.
We finally get to see Jake Lockley.
Yeah.
Our first show of who Jake Lockley is. And it's of course Oscar Isaac, and he's got like the hat, the taxi driver hat. And he knocks on the window and he turns around, and it looks like basically how Oscar Isaac, he had freedom. He was, because I actually watched the documentary that came out a couple weeks after Moon Knight wrapped.
What documentary?
So I don't know if you know this, but ever since Phase 4 launched of Marvel, every movie or TV show that gets released, a couple weeks later they release something called Assembled, which is a behind the scenes of the making of whatever show or movie just came out.
Oh.
So I watched Assembled.
Cool.
I watched Assembled for WandaVision. I saw it for Falcon and Winter Soldier. I saw Loki, and I saw Moon Knight. I didn't see the I didn't see the Assembled documentary on Doctor Strange, Eternals, or Shang-Chi. I gotta watch those later.
Okay.
But I watched it, and like basically Oscar Isaac was talking to Kevin Feige and was like, "Listen, like, it doesn't make sense for my character to take place in England. He has like an American accent. Can I do Steven in a British accent?" And basically Kevin Feige let him have freedom of how he wanted to play Mark and Steven.
Yeah.
So what I thought was cool was that he pushed in an extra step with Jake, because Jake speaks Spanish. If you remember, he's like, "Meet my friend Jake Lockley," and he's like, "Ahora te toca perder," and he pulls the gun and shoots Harrow in the back, and they drive off, and that's how the show ends. Yeah. So I'm like, oh fuck, like Jake Lockley's like a Spanish-speaking murderer now. Like we got a motherfucker who's American, a motherfucker who's British, and now we got a fucking Latino.
And I hope they keep that because Moon Knight, you know, he kills, right? He's not really like he actually be killing, and in this show they made him more like super nice, kind of like with Mark and Steven, like. Yeah. Like very nice, right? Like, oh, I don't want to kill. I don't do this, whatever.
Right.
I get it, right? You know, superheroes like, and
well, Mark is capable of killing because he was a mercenary.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
it's
is
Steven
like,
who wasn't.
So I just wish, Jake, that's the side where like he don't give a fuck and he actually. Kills, you know
well, Jake.
I hope he doesn't.
I hope he doesn't. That in the last fight, Jake's the one that whooped everyone's ass, and he had Harrow on with the axe to his head, ready to kill him. We knew that was him.
What I'm saying is, I wish that he doesn't transform like to Mark, where he eventually was like, you know what, I'm not. If I don't have to kill, I won't.
Oh.
Type shit. You feel me? I want Jake to be like, all right, fine. I want this side of Moon Knight, bro, because that's the Moon Knight that we know from the comic books. Where he kills, like it's not like Batman where Batman like a robber pulls up, right, and Batman's like, "I'm vengeance," and just starts whooping his ass, and that's it. Moon Knight would be like, "I'm vengeance," and slices his throat. You know what I mean? Some bullshit, but yeah. So I thought that was cool. We don't know if there's a second season.
We didn't know if if season 2 is confirmed,
but I'm pretty sure
we did see that. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I saw a lot of TikToks of people showing that Marvel Studios, their official Facebook and Twitter and Instagram pages, made edits to their captions.
Like what?
You know how you could like edit your captions and stuff for your posts. So they posted a trailer where like episode 6 of Moon Knight, you know, is coming out on Wednesday, and it said the series finale. So like this would be like the thing that ends the series, but they saw that they edited their captions and changed it to season finale, including basically teasing that there might be a season 2.
Right. So there's gotta be with that end credit, bro. There's gotta be a fucking. There's gotta be a second
season. It leaves you
season.
Wanting more.
It just depends on Oscar Isaac, man. If he decides to come back,
I don't like that.
And hopefully he does, bro. Because let's just say it is right. If they confirm, yeah, we're not doing this again. Like this is it. This is the Moon Knight in the MCU, right? Mm-hmm. It's a good show, bro, but not like that. You know what I mean? I think it needs a season 2 for it to be a great show. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's a good show. That's it, though. It's not a great show, right? Like Loki or fucking Winter Soldier. That shit was raw, right? So that's just my opinion. It was kind of weird with the timing because like the episode before like the whole action shit was like very sentimental and like you know what I mean, and then you just jump straight forward to like oh shit, we out here fighting, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, but what I don't understand is why make it. I wonder why they made it. Why did they decide to make it like 6 episodes? You know what I mean? I feel like why wouldn't they make it longer?
All the episodes, all the shows on Marvel have been 6 episodes.
Really?
Yeah, WandaVision's the one that only did 8 or 9, I forget. And
Winter Soldier was also 6.
And Loki.
And Loki was getting season 2.
And Miss Marvel.
And Miss Marvel 6
episodes. We're in episode 4 is out right now.
What about
She-Hulk's getting 9.
Yeah, you see, why can't they do that though?
Because then it's
why can't Moon Knight be an exception to like where it's longer? You know what I mean? I feel like
the formula they do over there.
I feel like if the show was longer, they would have taken their time with just a little bit. You know what I mean? And maybe showed us more. But right now, this is all we got. It's a good show. It's not a great show, in my opinion. What do you think, Hav?
I loved this show.
Oh, you loved it?
Yeah, this show's great as fuck. I'd put this up there with Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, no, you tripping.
It's better than WandaVision. It's better than Loki.
Better than Loki?
I wouldn't put it above Loki.
Do you hear this, man?
Nah, I wouldn't.
It's not better than Loki, man.
I like it more than Loki.
Nah, he tripping, bro. Listen, Moon Knight is my... Listen, I'm not even... Moon Knight is one of my favorite Marvel heroes, right? Because obviously, he's like Batman. Okay, I'm just say that. Right? But I'm not even biased, bro, with this when it comes to this shit. You know what I mean? But, all right, you know, it's your opinion, right? But he tripping. All right, what do you think, bro? What do you think, bro?
Well, as someone who never didn't know jack shit about the character.
Right. Tell us from your perspective.
You know what? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I feel like that's why I enjoyed it more, though. Because I didn't know the comics, so I didn't have to nitpick. And
I thought you read some of it.
No. I just knew the backstory and stuff because Hector would tell me. But I think another thing that didn't tarnish, I guess, this show for me is having to nitpick and see what they changed differently from the comics and shit. Like I told Hector, I was like, well, this is just someone that I've heard of, but I didn't really know anything about this character. So as I'm watching the show, I'm learning more about this character for the first time. Every episode I tune in every week. So that's why I enjoyed it more, because I just kind of fell into the story of Mark and Steven and all this shit. And a lot of people who are like hardcore like comic book fans from the comic, they're like complaining where Jake Lockley is and this and that. And I'm like, honestly, I wasn't even there for Jake. I didn't even mind, because the story centered more on Mark and Steven. And really, I would argue that the basis of the show is their relationship, because you see it in the beginning. Well, in episode 1, you don't really know Mark exists till the very end. Episode 2 is when he starts to talk to him more in the reflections, and you see that they're kind of at odds. And then by episode 4, they kind of need each other because they're in the afterlife. You just see the relationship of them progress, and I fell into that. You know what I mean? To me, it just kind of felt like Daredevil, because I always said Daredevil is not a superhero show. Daredevil is more of a drama. It's like a crime drama that has superhero shit in it. And the superhero shit's fucking cool when he's Daredevil, when he's fighting Kingpin, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's all cool. But to its core, it feels more like a drama. With Moon Knight, I kind of got the same feeling where I'm like, the Moon Knight shit is cool and I love seeing it. I like seeing Mr. Knight and all this other shit, but I was mostly more invested in... And while Layla, like, I get it, the love interest, she was interesting too and I liked her. I was more invested in the relationship between Mark and Steven and how they didn't like each other, but in a sense they're stuck with each other, and then eventually it grows to how they need each other, and then by the last episode they're now working together, switching back and forth between Moon Knight and Mr. Knight, working together. I feel like what Mario just said, like, oh, as someone who didn't read the comics, well, I think that's why I enjoyed it more, to be honest, and that's why I would put this up there with, like I said, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Personally, in my opinion.
And, okay, if we're talking about comic books, right? Another thing is, like, one of his best friends didn't even pop up.
You see, like that.
You know what I mean?
I don't give a fuck. To me, it's like it doesn't really. That's not really.
Well, it's basically
that doesn't kill the show, or like the show from. You know what I mean? But don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Hector's wrong. Like, man, Hector, you're too critical. Fuck you, nitpick. No, because I get it. Because you read the comics and you expect like the adaptation to stay faithful. Yeah. And then when you find out that they changed shit, now the question comes down to, did they change it for the better, or did they change it where now it's not as interesting and it's like,
I just noticed he was talking all this shit without the mic.
Oh no, I was like this.
No, but like I just noticed like it was kind of faded on my headphones.
Because I had it like I was trying to open my soda and I was trying to talk. No, but
okay, well, look, let me add before you say it, right. Let me add on to you, Hal.
Yeah.
I'm not really nitpicking so much. Honestly, the show's good. The only main issues that I didn't like is that it's a show about Moon Knight, and we didn't get to see Moon Knight a lot. That's one of my biggest complaints. And same with fight scenes, right? I want to see that shit. I want to see the fight scenes. I want to see more Moon Knight, and we didn't. We didn't get to see Moon Knight fully till like the third episode.
A lot.
Yeah, my favorite episodes, I guess, was the first episode and the one before the last one. The one where they talk like.
Were they in the afterlife? They're showing the origin story.
I like those two were my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
But I think that's my only issue, like with the show.
And I can agree with that. Like I said, and if I'm being honest, I probably would even agree with you. I think the only reason why it doesn't bother me much, again, is like I said, because I felt that the basis of the show was concentrated more on the relationship between Mark and Steven, and that's kind of where my interest was. Is how are these? Because it's cool. Like it's a buddy. You have to think about it. It's a buddy show. Right. Like it's about like when people say it's like a buddy cop show. It's like when two cops work together. It's a buddy crime drama. Blah, blah, blah. Like it's a buddy show, but it's one person. Yeah. It's one human being talking to himself, and that's two different persons. Like I've never seen that before. To me, that's like new, and I thought it was interesting. And I just like the progression of their relationship from how it started in the beginning to how it ends, and the like, just kind of like the character development that they both go through together. That's why I was more invested. That's why I get your complaints, and I trust me, I even agree. But the reason why it doesn't bother me as much as it did you is because my interests were somewhere else. Where I kind of forgive that I didn't see a lot of fighting and stuff, because I like that the show took the direction of trying to focus on Mark and Steven's like friendship and stuff like that.
Right. No, I get it, but it's just I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't want to I'm not being too critical, or maybe I am. I don't fucking know. Right? Yeah. I don't give a fuck. Right? But I'm not saying that it was a terrible fucking show. Like there's people who are even more fans than me who are saying this is a terrible show. Right? Or it's not a good show.
Right.
I'm not saying that. It's a good show. It's just I don't think it's better than Loki. I don't think it's better than Winter Soldier. Like in my opinion. But should we let Mario talk? Because he was supposed to talk, but we just fucking cut him off.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he can say his. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mario. Say your piece, bro.
I don't know. I think our interests were different compared to Hobby's. Hobby was. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy the buddy relationship between Mark and what was the other guy's name? Mark and Steven. Like I did enjoy that, but like. As much as this is a movie about like buddy and they're clearly showing their relationship, I also want to see the superhero aspect, and I think this is where me and Hector's our opinions align, is that even from the very beginning, at first it was cool when we first get that tease of Jake, because in the beginning they tease him, they tease Jake, they don't tease
they do.
You remember his hand is literally filled with blood. Mm-hmm. So that was
that could have been Mark.
No,
that could have been Mark because he's a mercenary and he's prone. He can kill people and shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's where my mind went to. I thought Mark. I didn't think of.
I knew it was that, but now that we've seen all six, I'm like, that was clearly Jake.
Okay.
Because that was gruesome as fuck.
Yeah.
Gruesome for Disney. So like that first episode, if we got that teaser, I was like, all right. I'm like, I can't, and it got me a hype because I'm like, damn, all right, the fight scenes are gonna be lit here. Because like if they showed a bloody ass hand, like I can only imagine like down the line these next 5 episodes, I can only imagine how they're gonna be. And you know the fight scenes, like we got them, but they were scarce when it came to actually Moon Knight and them in the suit. Yeah. Like they were scarce, but it's still overall a good show because Oscar Isaac's acting, I think, was like I think the biggest W of the show for me. Like especially that second to last episode where like we're learning their history. I was like, holy fuck, like that carried the fucking episode and it carried that show, the whole show for me. Because like that part when he's screaming, like I forgot what he was screaming about, but he was like screaming. I felt that shit. I was like, oh, you know, like, when you're watching something and you have like that moment where like you're really connecting with like what's happening on the screen. You're just
pause
like
the screen.
You're like,
you start running around the house, ripping your.
No,
shirt.
For me, whenever I get that feeling, I'm just like,
punching
yo, what the
shit.
fuck? I always see that. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like that was badass. And like in that episode, and that's
like you paused it too, huh? You paused it.
No, I paused it. And I was like, yo, that was fucking good. I always see like that actually, like that was amazing.
Right.
But overall, like But you know how they teased Jake at the end? Like you mentioned it when you were recapping the episode.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I was like, bro, just let me see it. Like,
Yeah.
you teased it enough.
That was my complaint.
Like,
I would have liked to have seen.
They kept teasing him over and over and over. I'm just like, bro, stop with the teasing, bro. Like, come on, like, let's see it. Like, I'm tired of this.
I bet you if they do make a season 2, they'll show it then.
Oh yeah, therefore they would have.
They'll show it. They'll be like,
if they don't,
I would be
like, they'll
pissed.
be like, who are you? And like, yo soy Jake. I don't know. 'Cause I'm assuming he speaks.
Yeah.
He's gonna speak Spanish the whole time or some shit.
Yo soy Jake. ¿Dónde está mi guitarra?
Yo soy Jake. Yo quiero tacos con lengua.
He starts. Yo, this man starts fighting these dudes in a sombrero. He starts beating them with guitars and shit.
He punches someone and says, "Ay ay ay."
He wearing crocodile skin boots. Oh my god. No, I bet you they're gonna expose it in season 2.
What
like
if they don't though?
That would be dumb. That would be a no. I'm sorry. That would be a no.
Look, he's a bro. He dick riding right now, bro. He just said
He loves the show, bro.
I literally just told him, what if they don't? And the next season, he said,
No,
meaning,
I
like,
would
it probably
hate
wouldn't bother me.
That would be like,
eh.
no. That's,
well,
that's
because
fucked
I'm
up.
sure.
But
If
I don't think they would.
I'm
That's the
sure if
thing.
season 2 explores Jake,
Yeah,
it's not gonna bother me if they don't show what happened in season 1 when Jake took over because I'm sure they're gonna show more stuff of when.
Oh no!
Of what Jake's gonna do in season 2.
I wouldn't want him
My
to flash
bad.
back to season 1. I just want to see more.
I meant like if they kept teasing Jake.
Yeah, they kept
Oh,
like they
no,
kept
no,
the way
no,
they
no,
did
no,
it in
no.
season 1. They kept doing it.
That's
in
what I
season
meant.
2.
No, fuck no. Then I would be like, what the like?
Okay,
we're
yeah.
doing this again? The hell? Like
Yeah.
Okay.
we saw him. We know he exists now. Like y'all could show him more. No. No,
But
yeah,
that's
at that
what I'm
point,
saying.
that
But
point,
yeah,
then they're
the-
tripping.
No, the teasing just it really annoyed me. But
They tease another 4th character. Job. Cool vibes.
you dumb as fuck.
His fatality is a booty bite.
What are you talking about?
JKA, that's a Radu's fatality. His finisher's a booty bite. Hey, shouts out to Radu, man.
Yeah, shout out Rod. He with his
Oh
family
my
right
god.
now. But
Anyways, though, the last episode, I will say, like I said, besides that one complaint that I have, is that they didn't show that last like fight when he turns into Jake and he whooped everyone, and then he had Harrow with the axe to his head.
Yeah.
He was ready to kill him. I would have liked to have seen that. Also, this episode felt kind of short. It was like
Was it?
about like 40 something minutes.
I looked at. I think it did say it was around 40. It was around 40.
Oh, was it?
It wasn't over 50.
Oh,
for
okay.
Sure.
Yeah, because the other episodes were like 50 minutes and shit. So
Oh,
this one
okay.
kind of felt a little short. You kind of feel it. But nonetheless, I still thought the last episode was good.
Yeah, I thought last episode was solid, but like I said, besides that, them teasing again, I'm like, that's a major complaint I have. But overall, I think this show could have been this show had the potential to be my number 1.
Yeah, it
But
definitely
because
did,
we
bro.
rarely see
the
it-
first episode was a
Yeah.
banger. You feel me?
Like it had so much potential to be my number 1. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yo, this shit, it could be above Loki for me.
What's it? Oh, is Loki your number
Loki's
one?
my number 1.
What's
I love
yours?
Loki.
My number 1.
Yeah, like a Marvel show.
Didn't you say it was Winter Soldier?
MCU?
Yeah, MCU.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but say it. But
I think that one might. I think that's mine too. Either
my
that
number
one or
2.
Loki.
That's my number 2.
But
I didn't
you know,
enjoy Loki as much as you guys did.
wow, dude, Loki was good.
No, it's
Loki
good.
was
It's
godly,
good,
in
but
my
there's
That's
just-
opinion.
Loki is Loki is like what you just said, where it's a superhero shit, but it's drama.
Yeah.
That's what Loki is, if you really think about it. You know what I mean?
I mean, like I enjoyed the show,
It was good.
but
as
there
fuck. I liked it, bro.
there were just some things that I was just kind of like,
All right. Whoa.
I don't buy that.
All right, but here's the.
That's not
you know,
believable.
and we're mentioning this, right? You know, all these different shows, guys. Eventually, maybe in the future, when we don't have anything new to review, we'll review those. All right, so don't worry. We'll definitely get to those shows and review them. Like I said, when we reviewed all the new comic book shit that's
Yeah.
out. So yeah. Should we just So overall, Mario, what do you think about the what do you think
Overall,
about-
I think, like I said, it's a good show. It could have been my number 1, but there's things that are just really.
we're talking
good
about the show or the episode?
in the show. That's why you set it up.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just asking him for the show.
Oh,
Then he could rate the episode.
Well, should we rate the episode, or now that we're at the end, should we just rate what we thought about the show overall?
Do you want to just rate the? So I was thinking we rate the episode
And then rate.
and then rate the show.
Oh yeah. Like,
All right.
I like that better.
then
I like that more.
Well, the episode, I'll give it what I kind of gave all the other episodes. 8.
Which is
I just
8, right? Yeah.
8.
Okay.
I was really serious in setting because
I gave
of
the origin story episode.
No, that one's the bbest one. That's the favorite
I
one.
gave that one a 10.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite episode.
Yeah, if Hector, I don't know if Hector remembered, but Hector was like, yeah, like, he was like, you tripping? A 10, huh?
I think yeah. Oh yeah, I was like, Hav, 10 is like up there, the Batman type shit.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
but okay, all right. So what about this? So you said 8. This episode,
one is
what do you
like,
think? Bro?
that's pretty. Yeah, an 8. An 8.
Yeah, I think
I liked it. I mean, it's not as good as episode 5 for me.
Yeah,
wish it would have been a little longer. I wish I would have seen the Jake fight.
Yeah,
but nonetheless, and the ending felt kind of rushed. It just kind of happened too fast.
Yes,
it just kind of like.
Thank you. It did feel rushed, bro.
And but nonetheless, I mean, I just thought it was solid. It was like, all right, like an 8.
Yeah,
for me,
I'm gonna agree.
You're
it's
an
an 8,
too?
bro. It's an 8. So overall,
what would you rate the show? All 6
overall?
episodes?
Overall, Hector,
who wants to go first?
You start.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Yeah, that's fine.
First?
That's fine. Overall, man, the show. It's enjoyable when you drunk.
What?
It's enjoyable when it's hot outside. You got the AC on in your house.
What are you talking about? What is he saying?
I don't think he knows what to say, so he's saying stupid shit. Yeah, I swear to God.
It's enjoyable
when I'm sucking on.
Hey
you didn't let me finish.
What the fuck?
I was gonna say when you're sucking on some Mountain Dew.
You can't suck on Mountain Dew. You can't suck on Mountain Dew. How have you tried? No, it feels like
he's still going.
All right. No, okay. Overall, man, I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna be fair, right? All the episodes, I think majority of them, I gave him an 8. I think I'm gonna say 8, bro.
This show's an 8.
I think it's an 8
right.
overall. What about you, Hav?
Me?
Yeah, you're next, and then it's Mario.
Damn.
He said it's a 10.
Nah,
it's a 10.
It's close. I mean, it could have been if all the episodes were like 9s and higher.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably give this show a 9.
Damn. No, he tripping. He tripping. No, bye. Okay.
But 9 out of 10. That's what.
All
I would
right,
give
that's
it.
good. Mario, a 7.
Ooh.
I would probably, because I don't know, man. I'm stuck between an 8 or a 7.
Damn.
Because like the teasing really it really annoyed me. It just really fucking annoyed me, man.
I hate foreplay.
I feel like I was being blue balled by Jake Lockley. I thought, and like in that final episode when it was making that noise when it transitions, I'm like, oh my god, that's how you build it up. Last episode, we're finally gonna get to see it, but now it's like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8.
8's a solid
score. I'm gonna let the teasing pass, but if this shit, if there ever is a season 2 and they continue that shit's a fucking 0. I don't give a fuck.
Damn.
That's if they continue it, which I highly doubt they're gonna do.
What if they just come out and be like, "Yo, sorry guys, we made final decision, no Moon Knight."
It would suck because that would be really disappointing. Because you have a potential to make a great show, and hopefully another season could fix season 1.
And a cool fucking character too.
Yeah, but say this character is badass. This is probably I don't know, most gruesome one. Would you say that out of the Disney shows?
Yeah.
That's why I think Disney, this one had the potential to be my number 1 because I'm like, bro, it's gruesome. I like the character, but it's just there's things holding it back for me.
Right. All right. Well, I guess we said our piece. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll catch you in the next one, y'all. Take it easy.
Peace out.
See ya.